smashed glass, right?
If you so Desiree.
You want to give me a minute so I could pick out a story?
Go ahead. I'll just sit here eating my nuts.
I'll move this out of the way, but there. He's supposed to be here because spirits like tobacco.
Sure.
I should really look that up. What's the deal with spirits and tobacco?
I wish I remember the name of those boots, like the heel.
Boots with the heel?
Yeah, the Roxy's with the...
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the Roxy boots. I got a beanie climbing up my leg. Alright, I got one. I got one!
That was quick.
Yeah, it's a goodie. That's all I'll do for a goodie. Alright. Here, beanie. Watch out, Midge, I'm rolling. Alright, are we ready? How do I look?
Horny. I may have to turn the microphone off. The most annoying sound in the world. Okay. Test. This is a test of Christine and her. What do you got in your head?
My wilted horns.
Wilted horn, Christine.
I'm a little droopy.
Alright, hold on.
A little droopy tonight. I'm drooping. Beanie, you got anything to say?
Test. This is a test of Christine and her. What do you got in your head?
My wilted horns.
Wilted horn, Christine.
I'm a little droopy.
Alright, hold on. Alright.
Hello! How's everybody doing tonight? And welcome to the 9th?
This is number 9.
Number 9. Number 9?
Isn't that
That's a Beatles song.
number 9, but isn't that Get Smart too? Wasn't 18? No, that was 99.
Yeah,
We got 90 more episodes.
Yeah.
90 more episodes to go.
99. Welcome to the 9th episode of the Atheist and The Witch podcast. Where reason meets magic. Woo!
I don't feel reasonable at all lately, but that's alright.
Yeah.
It's been an unreasonable year.
It's been it's honestly, people, it's been a shit show. Let's just be honest.
It's been a rough.
It's been a total shit show.
Yes, 2020 has not been 2020 vision. Ooh.
I'm really kind of like almost stunned by the majority of the things that have occurred in this year. Like this year alone.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's been a trying time.
Oh my god. It's crazy. But anyway, enough of that nonsense. It is beginning to be the most favorite time of the year for me. I am one of those, well, not only is it a favorite time, my birthday's going to be in a
Yes.
couple.
Actually, this podcast comes out, I think, right after your birthday or on your birthday. One of the two.
Yeah.
I think it's right after.
So, so September is always a fun month for me. And it's my brother's birthday on the 8th, and my niece's birthday on the 22nd, I think. I always it's maybe the 20th is Blair's birthday. But,
You know better than I do. I don't know.
Yeah. So there's a lot of Virgos in the household. It's just fun. I love this time of year. I love pumpkins. I love the whole fall. I love all of it. It's just cozy, warm, snuggly weather. It's good for me.
Well, we started decorating today. Actually, yes. This podcast will be out the week after your birthday.
Okay.
So.
Yay. So are we in the past or are we in the future?
Well, we're in the past according to the podcast when it comes out, but we're actually broadcasting sort of in the future.
Yeah.
There's a Star Trek episode about this, I think.
Yeah. I will be 51.
5'1".
Yeah, that's why my horns are a little droopy this year.
Have you reached hornipause?
Yeah, I'm hornipausing.
Hornipausing. Yes, you'll be 51 when this podcast comes out, and I think that's just she's a hot 50-year-old. Let me tell you. Those of you who watch the Wild Witch know this.
Yeah, we're Wild Witching, and thank you for all my Patreon supporters.
Yes,
we appreciate you.
Oh my goodness. So, you had a lot of travesties this week. You were dealing with animal antics. We got through the mouse and the ant scenario. We sort of whittled away at that, and now we have new problems.
This still leads back to the Baphomet.
No, it's a doll.
It's almost, is this the Baphomet complex, the Baphomet syndrome, the Baphomet? What is this?
Do you suffer from BOS, Baphomet obsession syndrome? Yes.
Pretty much. My poor little doll upstairs, I'm blaming for everything.
Blaming for everything.
But, so anyway, yeah, there's a lot of animal drama this week, because that's really the only drama we have. Knock on something.
Here's my noggin.
Yeah.
My head.
So I adopted, it's been almost, it will be 2 years, December 3rd, we adopted Midge and Millie.
Yes.
Millie, rest in peace. We lost Millie in the beginning of the pandemic. Millie
we didn't lose her, she...
Yeah, well, she passed away.
She crossed the, what is that called?
The Rainbow Bridge.
The Rainbow Bridge.
So, yeah, we had 3 little chihuahuas, now we're down to 2. I adopted 2 senior chihuahuas almost 2 years ago. I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm one of those people, I either take the disabled or the seniors out of
me.
Yeah. And, usually ends up breaking your heart, like, very quickly. So we lost Millie in the beginning of the year. She was old. She just woke up one day and started having seizures. No one knew why.
That's the first time that happened. I just want everybody to know that I hear this loud squealing from downstairs. I think I was upstairs because I had to go to work the next day. Chris was sleeping downstairs with. I hear, and I'm like, oh my goodness! I think Christine rolled over on top of the dog and squished her. And no, it was. She had a seizure.
Yeah, that was the first seizure. And let me tell you, when it's a squeal that just rips your heart out, it was sad. So, we took her to the vet and everything, and her age, and plus she was on 3 different medicines already for other health issues, and they're just like, they're not even going to do anything for her, because the medicine, they figured she couldn't handle it. So, we took her home and let her hang out and to the point where she just started to have a lot of seizures, and then that was, it was time. But anyway,
Midge.
So we have Midge, who is the senior that we adopted with Millie. So Midgie's also, 14 they say?
Okay.
Yeah, and Midge for some reason walks off of things. I should have named her Calamity Jane, and she tends to fall off the deck, the bed, down the stairs, fall up the stairs. You name it, she'll fall off it. So, and sure as to Midge,
Sure as gravity is not a theory, but actually...
she walked off. She missed her stairs. We had little dog stairs for her to get up and down on the bed, and she missed and walked right off the bed and head first into the floor.
Start walking in circles like, whoa.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Yeah, she hurt herself. Luckily, I had pain meds for her already, so I gave her the pain meds until we could get her to the vet. And she was also having an ear issue, so the vet was pretty adamant that she's got a middle ear infection, which is causing all the dizziness that is making her fall down and fall off of things. So, people, I just want to assure you, we are not allowing her on the bed anymore. We are not allowing her upstairs anymore. I have since moved downstairs and I'm sleeping on the floor with the dogs. So, and Brett.
She sleeps with the dogs.
Yeah, and Brett is such a good sport. I don't know how I'll ever know why this man ever wanted to stick with me.
I can tell you a few reasons why. And if you'd like to see more reasons why, please go to patreon.com/The Wild Witch.
Well, yeah, I guess that's one reason. But,
she's a very good person.
He sleeps with me down there on the floor too, and we were doing that with Millie too for a while, you know, before we had to put Millie to sleep. But we're back to doing that with Midge now because we can't have her upstairs, and she gets upset and she barks, and so. But it even got worse. So I took her to the vet. He gave her all this anti-inflammatory and ear medicine and this and that, and sent us on our way. And then the next night, she started to projectile vomit all the way, you know, we were still having her upstairs at this point.
I thought she was possessed.
Yeah,
but it turned out.
She projectile vomited down the stairs and is teetering on the edge of the stairs. So I jump out of bed and run to grab her, bring her downstairs, and where she panics, runs into the wall, runs into the bathtub, and then collapses on me, and then I pick her up, bring her into the living room, put her down, and I swear to God, this dog was dead. She just was out, cold, knocked out, whatever she did to herself. And then we go back to the vet the very next day, and he gives her antibiotics now to help with the inflammation and the ear problem. And I'm watching her walk to the door. She, honestly, I think she's feeling a little better, but
Well, when you're 98 years old, we'll see if you're just floating around. And I'm gonna see you jump out the first floor to your face and see if you're still even moving.
I could not
You'd be dead.
do what that dog has done.
Yeah, this dog is just like, yeah.
So, there is no going upstairs. There's no going in the bed upstairs. She's a first floor dog now. She's sort of, I would say she's on the mend for as good as she is for everything that has happened to her. And then the next calamity occurred. And I have, as some people know, I have reptiles. And I took in a disabled bearded dragon. And the person I got him from really didn't know what was wrong. Supposedly the bearded dragon had problems with its feet, maybe a metabolic bone disease, and I was trying to, do everything I could to...
It had like everything wrong with it possible.
Yeah, to supplement her and get her back on her feet and proper husbandry, the whole nine, feeding her a whole array of insects and foods that normal people would not even get their hands on, like black soldier fly larvae, silkworms, I have a dubia roach colony growing upstairs that I was feeding her. The only thing I would, although I had them, were the red runners, but they scared the hell out of me because the red runners...
You had road runners?
I had red...
You had road runners?
No, I had red runners.
You need the plank. Are we going to see Coyote next?
No, because I got rid of these things because even though they're a great food source, if they had ever gotten loose in the house, the ants would not even be an issue. It would be these things because they're just crazy, roachy, fast little fuckers. I'm like, no. So, but anyway, so we have this little disabled bearded dragon, and she stops eating and starts looking like crap. And the problem I have at this point is that we had moved 2 years ago. I'm living in an area where I'm about 40 minutes away from my other reptile vet, River, and it's not easy to get up there. So I tried to find a vet down here that sees exotics, and that's not going very well. So I did get her in to see a vet. Not an well, she said she was an exotics vet, but I wouldn't say that. But I think it's gonna hold us over until I can get her up to the exotics vet on Wednesday. I have the Oxbow critical care food, which she loves, so she's eating. So I'm getting food into her, I'm getting her vitamins into her. I'm soaking her so she stays hydrated.
Soak your dragon.
Yeah. She seems a lot better than what she was, so I'm cautiously optimistic at this point.
That's our animal updates this week.
Oh my god, yeah. So I've been in 3 veterinarian offices. I was in 2 different veterinarian offices 3 times this week. So yeah, it was one of them weeks.
That's just that's sort of typical for her.
Yeah.
Which is what she does. She takes care of these animals, and I don't even know how. I always tell her, like, you have all these problems with your computers and the things that you're working on, and I'm like, if something goes wrong and I get aggravated, I can just put it down and walk away from it and let my brain cool off, and it won't drop dead.
Yeah.
And everything that she has, if she just decides, well, I'll take care of this tomorrow, there's no tomorrow for that thing. Yeah. So it's a different set of realities there.
Yeah, there's a lot of urgency sometimes, so.
Oh yeah.
So tonight there is a lull.
We have a lull. And
we have a lull. It's a good night so far. Knock on wood again.
Knock on whatever this stuff is on the counter.
Stone. I think didn't they say this was quartz?
Yeah, right. The people who redid this house.
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe that this is quartz.
Find the worst garbage you can. Like, I don't care if it's concrete. Just throw it on.
Yeah, actually, concrete probably would have looked better. Would have had rounded edges that I didn't rip my back on. But
Wait.
yeah, it's sharp. Oh, I can attest. But yeah, so that was my drama for the week.
A lot of drama, which in turn turns into my drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel bad. I really do. I feel bad for Brett. I do. Because it's like he sees me go through all this turmoil and anxiety and urgency and money. I mean,
money isn't real, money is a concept.
I know, but it's a lot of weird concepts that go to these things, so yeah. And here I am.
Here you are doing doing the podcast, which all right, we made it to another podcast, so I think we're doing pretty good. So she's doing well with the animals. Everybody's still here, so we're
yes.
we're hanging in there.
Yeah.
We're hanging in there.
So, but we had a good day. We went and we bought a bunch of little tiny pumpkins, and these shall be delivered by the droopy-horned pumpkin fairy.
Droopy-horned pumpkin fairy.
Into my neighbor's porches.
Everybody's at Doyle, so it's probably a good evening to do that.
Yeah, they'll be drunk as skunks coming home, wondering where the tiny pumpkins came from.
Yeah, actually, by the time we get to this podcast, which is going to be out, it will be right heading into the Halloween season. Mm-hmm. But we're starting early because it's Labor Day weekend that we're recording this, and we are putting stuff out and getting things together and getting ready.
Yes, we are. Yep.
For what will probably be a non-existent Halloween, since nobody's gonna be able to trick or treat. I don't see why you couldn't trick or treat. I mean, you got masks on anyhow. You put a mask on underneath it and ask for whatever. It's not like you're having like a 10-minute conversation with somebody about candy.
No, I think the trick or treating will be fine. I know where there's going to be some heavy duty drinking treating, and that
drink or treating. Drink or treating. Oh, drink treat. Ah, drink treat. Ah, drink treat. Ah, drinks and treats. Drinks or treats.
Oh yeah. There's going to be a lot of that going on. Either here or actually probably next door. The giant cauldron will be brought out with the sacrificial flame for the evening, and it's pretty cool because they end up, Devin brings out that giant staghorn, what is that, bowl? That they put the candy in?
Oh yeah, the staghorn bowl, they put all the candy in, yeah.
And
stag it.
Yeah, and we hand out candy to everybody that walks around, so it's a lot of, and there's tons of food.
We're gonna have to sit out in front of our house though for a while, because people were coming to our house last year thinking that we were gonna hear. And we had to tell them, go next door, and it's like, they expect people to be here, because we're lit up by Halloween for all kinds of stuff. So they're like, that house has got to be something going on. 'Cause there's no way to go.
Yeah, we were totally lit up.
We're gonna have to. Maybe this year we should really.
Maybe we could have it out here.
Yeah, maybe we should have everybody hanging in this area.
Yeah.
You know, sort of drawn.
Because we got the chimney and we got the pump. Our chimney is a giant pumpkin. Plus he's got the other chimney which he blow torches and he loves that.
Blow torcher.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have it out here. Maybe we'll have Russ close the parking lot.
Yes, close the parking lot off for us.
And we could play the Mad Monster Party.
Mad
on the
Monster.
Yeah. Let's do that.
We'll see how it goes. We don't want to attract indiscriminate people just hanging out in front of the
It's
house.
friggin' trick or treating! Halloween, you're gonna have indiscriminate people.
I don't want them sitting around getting crazy. Meh.
They're not. They're gonna be out getting candy. They're gonna go from house to house to get candy. So,
Candy baby.
yeah. Alright, here you go. It is now time for the horoscopes.
It's horoscope time.
Let's see how sexual Brett gets with the horoscopes.
This week. So this is the horoscopes that will have been for September 2nd to September 8th, which is the week we are on right now. So that's about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So you got to find out when you listen to these whether or not this occurred to you during this time.
I have a half of,
Oh, so I have to, yes, when I get to,
I'll take over.
so when I get down to the sheet, the page has been cut off. So when I get down to the C's, okay. All right, so let's see. All right, here we go. This week is energetically erotic. Oh, I'm sorry, erratic.
Well, that makes sense.
This week is energetically erratic. However, the end of the week promises to bring lightheartedness our way if we don't hold on to resentments and move forward in relationships. And we're getting to the end of the week here, so for us, we're doing good.
Alright, we're doing alright.
Alright, so who's getting sexy this week? Let's find out. Venus, who's in Cancer, poses Saturn, who's retrograde in Capricorn, on September 2nd, making us feel unseen or unappreciated when it comes to love. The Virgo Sun and Uranus, who's retrograde in Taurus, gently connect on the 2nd. This energy will awaken our desires and passions that are budding from within. Mercury, who's in Virgo, feels like I've been cheated on, connects with Saturn retrograde on September 3rd. Moments later, Mercury squares the nodes of destiny. The nodes of destiny. The nads of destiny were this morning. Tensions will be high on the 3rd, resulting from the internal pressure we are putting on ourselves to make decisions. Venus and Mars, who's in Aries, double teamed.
Wow.
Square off on September 4th, adding stress to the annoyances from the 3rd. Luckily, Mercury and Venus give us a chance to decompress and calmly express ourselves in the evening on the 4th. Mercury enters Libra gently on September 5th, adding balance and decisiveness to all communications. Venus enters Leo on September 6th, bringing drama, flair, and generosity to our hearts. This way may make us feel less than glamorous due to the opposition between Venus and Saturn retrograde. Therefore, it's essential that we take our power back by allowing ourselves to connect to our fabulousness. Boom. Stating a few confidence-building affirmations daily while gazing lovingly in a mirror that will allow us to embrace our amazingness and awesomeness. Remember, you're loved, you're special, you're the most amazing person in the world because you are you, and no one else compares to you. Okay, the actual horoscopes.
Woo!
Aries. You usually run towards confrontation and addressing matters with others. However, this week you are pulling back from allowing your feelings to be known. You are taking a more guarded approach to all of your relationships and not allowing others to see your poker face at the moment. Instead of adding drama, you're opting not to engage in certain situations, circumstances, and dynamics. This will help you strategize the best way for you to move forward in your friendships and relationships at the moment. Rather than creating conflict, you are opting to let go of the drama and move on. Taurus, you're finally allowing others to come into your life and share in your secrets. For the first time in a while, you're peeling back a layer of yourself and letting people see the real you. It may be scary to let others in, but you'll find that it's worth the investment of your time and energy. This will also help you rediscover and reconnect with yourself as you share your clandestine dreams, emotions, and thoughts. Once you let them into your beautiful inner world, reciprocate and begin to know them on a deeper level too. Open your heart this week. Gemini, there are always different sides to every story, and the truth is definitely stranger than fiction. Also, there are too many sides to the story to get a straight answer or clear understanding of what really happened. The issue at hand is that it's impossible to know the reality of the matter. You won't ever know the truth of what happened. Therefore, it's important to lean into your intuition. Let your guides unmask and uncover all of the uncertainties that are in your sphere. Your heart will lead you towards the answers you seek. Embrace your third eye and instincts. Cancer. Don't let your anxieties control your life and decision making. Although it may feel as though your emotions are the ones driving the train, you will find that they do not dictate your life. You are the one at the steering wheel. Once you understand and make this assessment, it's important to take a step back from all of your activities, relationships, and work projects to find a moment of calm within. A few moments after you've gained clarity, reassess what's important to you, what's important for you to continue, and what's not. Then you'll feel calm and be able to relax. Leo. Oftentimes in life, things are never how we wish they are or want them to be. But that does not mean that they have to change or be different. This week you're realizing that you are happy with your life and situation the way it is, even if it could use a fine tune-up or tweaking, in your opinion. If your circumstances were different, then you wouldn't have time and space for all the amazing things that are in your world. Don't take anything for granted. Appreciate what and who you have to share your many blessings with.
You gonna do Virgo? Here's the other half of it. Alright, you can do that, and then I'll have to...
Virgo. I was missing a page, thank you. It's time to give your heart and mind a rest.
Oh, thank goodness.
You've been focusing too much on your romantic life and matters of the heart.
Oh, really?
What?
No?
That you've forgotten about the most important person in your life, you. You've forgotten about you, Chrissy. You have. Give yourself the opportunity to regain your strength this week by filling your heart, mind, body, and soul with some much-needed you time. If needed, create boundaries with negative people and don't allow the energy to penetrate into your orb. You only need to be surrounded by positivity and those who lift you up, not those who aim to push you down.
I gotta quit my job then!
Well, if you get
But I will say this, I got a pedicure today. So I did. I did a little me time.
Here's the Tootsies.
There's the Tootsies and shrimps.
Yeah.
We're shrimping. Yeah, we're gonna be shrimpers. You might know what those mean. I don't know. Is it a common thing? Does everybody know what shrimping is?
I think people know what shrimping is. If not, look it up on Google. Shrimping.
I did not know. He educated me.
When you watch enough for that I do, then you know what it is.
He corrupted me. Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, back to the horoscopes. Libra! You're full of kindness and have a lot of love to share with others. However, you give too much of yourself to make people feel special. That often leaves you feeling depleted. The lesson here is to make sure that you are happy in all areas of your life because you share your loving cup with another. This will require you to put your needs first and theirs second, which will be challenging for you to do. Then, you can both sip from the same fountain of wellness and tenderness. Enrich your soul, Libra, before you give your heart away. Scorpio! In order to truly show that you love, you must give up something that you cherish deeply. Ooh, that's rough. This doesn't mean letting go of relationships or your career. It simply means that you are willing to show the person you are giving your heart to, whether it be romantic, friendship, or familial relationship, that you care by giving up a bad habit. You don't have to sacrifice a major part of yourself to another. You only have to give up something that is of detriment to you and them. This will also show the depths and levels of your commitment. Wow, that's a rough one. Sagittarius, your creative juices have been flowing, but now you're feeling a little stuck in your artistry. Finding inspiration and motivation may seem hard. However, you will find what you're looking for from the past. The answer to your problems may be found in the past creative project. Lean into a former vision and endeavor to find the ingredient that you are missing. You may even find that the key to your success lies in a childhood dream you had or in a nostalgic notion. Don't stress. You'll totally be able to achieve greatness by the end of the week. Capricorn.
Thank you very much.
Alright, horny.
That's me.
Rome was not built in a day.
Ah.
This sentiment should serve as a comfort to you at the moment, knowing that you shouldn't put immense pressure on yourself to succeed in all of your endeavors will allow you to feel free and calm. Watch out about how you use and give your energy this week. You don't want to exert yourself too much now. Allow yourself a few cat naps and moments during the day to chill, to rejuvenate your body, mind, and spirit. This will give you the chance to feel refreshed and ready to take on the world the next week. Aquarius. Look and read the fine print before you jump into your decisions. Half-baked ideas may seem profitable and likely to become more than they are. However, the reality is that they may not come through or resolve the way you want them to. Before you put all of your cards on the table and commit fully to a project or a relationship, be aware that things will change down the road. If you're open to uncertainty, then go for it. But if you prefer to take the cautious route, then be wary of situations not turning out how you imagined. And last but not least, Pisces. You may be feeling as if the world has turned its back on you. The reason for your emotions is that you're second guessing your actions and your relationships because you don't feel worthy of love. You are, but your heart chakras need healing to allow these emotions to flow. Place a rose quartz crystal on your heart and meditate on love as you open your heart chakra. This will enable you to love yourself more, which is the first step to satisfaction with others. If you can't love yourself, then it will be impossible to love anybody else. And that, my dears, is the horoscopes from the Hood Witch this week.
Hood Witch, thehoodwitch.com, where we get our horoscopes, and you should
Yes.
too.
Alright!
Phantasmo.
Yes.
So, do we have anything else? Do we have any Chrissy Creepy Chronicles?
I'm getting very I'm getting very allergenic. Yeah, so I'm very nasally and I'm trying to swallow and it's just,
No,
that's...
you swallow very well.
Alright, so this would go under Chrissy's Creepy Chronicles. This also is coming from The Haunted Highway, The Spirits of Route 66 by Ellen Robson and Diana Freeman. So,
get your ghosts on Route 66.
Woo! Alright, so this is the Museum Club in Flagstaff, Arizona. Okay. The Museum Club was built in 1931 by Dean Eldridge to house all of his hunting trophies and large collection of rifles and Indian artifacts. The building was also used as a taxidermist shop as well as a trading post. In 1936, after Prohibition, a Flagstaff saddle maker named Doc Williams turned the Museum Club into a popular nightclub. The building was promoted as the largest log cabin in Arizona. Oh, that's pretty cool. It was built around 5 live ponderosa pine trees that appear to grow right out of the huge dance floor. A mahogany bar dating back to the 1890s sits in the northwest corner of the Museum Club, embellishing the Old West atmosphere. More than 85 mounts are on display, so it's no wonder the locals in Flagstaff finally call the Roadhouse the Zoo. Enter the Roadhouse through the inverted forked trunk of a native ponderosa pine tree. Then the country music starts to play. Swing your partner around the tree studded dance floor. Perched above the tree branches, you'll find a bobcat, a bear, owls, and even peacocks. The owners and employees are not a bit shy admitting that the ghosts are lingering around the zoo. In fact, they're proud that the museum club has a reputation of being haunted. Don and Thelma Scott owned the museum club in the 1960s and 70s, and unfortunately both suffered tragic deaths. Excuse me as I turn the page.
They both suffered tragic demise.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Scott lived above the shop. One day while going down the stairs to the dry storage area, Mrs. Scott fell, breaking her neck, becoming despondent. Don later took his own life in front of the fireplace. Signs that Don and Thelma never left are evident to employees as well as guests. Footsteps and creaks coming from the upstairs, where they once lived, lights flickering on and off, chairs that rock back and forth, the fire is lit in the hearth, and when no one is around are just a few things that employees and customers are accustomed to. These spirits do much more than the usual hijinks and ghosts generally do, though. Mrs. Scott doesn't seem to mind if you see her spirit. One tourist went to the back bar for a drink and got impatient when the lady bartender couldn't wait on him. Tired of waiting, hold on, I gotta put the bean on the floor. Okay. Where was I? Tired of waiting, the customer went to the front bar to complain. Needless to say, he was surprised to learn that there wasn't any bartender on duty. The bar in the back wasn't even open. On another occasion, a customer ordered a drink for a lady that was sitting in the corner. Upon getting the drink, he went to her table, but she had vanished into thin air. The bar isn't the only place that Thelma is seen. She is sometimes spotted in the stairway during the day, while the upstairs apartment where the couple had lived, one man claims he was pinned to the floor by a friendly female ghost. I wonder how Mr. Scott feels about that. A bartender just starting her shift was surprised to see the bar shelf disarrayed. Beer bottles were switched around, drink mixes were in the wrong end, and some liquor bottles had been knocked over. The bar area had already been straightened up the night before. She had no choice but to blame it on the Scots.
The Scots.
Yep,
Scotsman.
the Scots.
The Scotsman.
Alright, so if you're interested in this place, the Museum Club is 3404 East Route 66, Flagstaff, Arizona. The phone number is 928-526-9434. So give them a call, hit them up, go and hang out. See if you can see the Scots. See if you can see Mrs. Scott. Woo!
The Scots. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know about Route 66, but it's a little scary. No wonder people will be always getting their kicks on Route 66.
Yeah.
You're getting scared shitless on Route 66.
Yeah.
So, oh my goodness. So what else we got to talk about this week?
I don't know. That's pretty much it for me.
That's
I mean, I had enough. I had drama up the wazoo and every other which way you could possibly think of.
Too much drama for you, Christine. You're the witch. You're very witched out.
Yeah, well, this was...
Can't you just use your witchy powers to witch it away?
Witch powers activate.
Yeah.
Form of a veterinarian.
Yeah. Let's pray it away. That's what everybody...
No.
I will pray for you. Now, that's not doing shit for me, buddy. How about sending me a couple of bucks or a vet down here? That'd be helpful.
Yeah, I need a personal vet on staff.
Personal vet on staff. PBOS.
Yeah. Yeah. So, alrighty then. What about you? Any atheist?
Atheist irritations this week?
Yeah.
The atheist wasn't this irritated this week. I've been listening to a audio book of The Deficit Myth.
Oh, boobs!
It's all about. For those of you who have behind the scenes on our Patreon account, you just saw Christine flash you with her bra.
Boobs!
And me pick my ear.
Oh, and by the way, yeah, ship bottom ciders, very good. Go ahead.
I've been listening to the Deficit Myth, which explains all of the ways that we can actually use the finances of our country to buy more alcohol, I guess, is what Christine's doing right now. She's pouring a beer or a cider into her
It sounds really delicious.
cup. But anyway, I keep telling people this all the time. People, much like religion, money is just a concept. It's something that we make up in order to exchange goods and services. There's absolutely nothing that backs money up.
Well, I mean, back in a day, I mean, it was just bartering. You would change, you know.
No.
No?
No, that's a myth.
There was no bartering?
There was not
So
bartering.
I have 5 pumpkins, but I need your drink.
People, going back to ancient times, back to Sumer, we had a form of this particular,
Currency?
some kind of currency so that we could exchange it for goods and services. It's the way we
So we've always done this.
we pretty much always done this. But people have barter. I mean, you barter today, but that was never like the main way to how do you move, this big thing to this big thing. You gotta barter with something.
That's funny you said that.
You have to use your
Because apparently, I was listening to this thing about lavender. And apparently lavender was like a big deal. And it took almost a month's worth of income to buy a certain amount of lavender to create lavender oil.
So lavender would be a currency.
Yeah.
So same thing. When gold was a standard, gold was a currency. It was also something. But gold again is something finite. Gold was a currency. Lavender could be a currency, but currency for the sake of currency, which is how we have money now, which is fiat money, which is not backed by anything, just the good faith and credit of whatever country you happen to reside in that's monetarily sovereign, which means that they produce their own money. Stuff, pretty deep stuff that I get into. But anyway, people talk about, the United States is going to go bankrupt because we have this huge deficit and blah, blah, blah. And the United States of America can never, will never, ever, 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 ever go bankrupt because the United States of America is the issuer of the United States dollar, the currency that we all use to move goods and services. We're currency users, so yeah, we can go bankrupt real quick because we need to ask somebody for currency. But no, the United States, tomorrow we could solve all these problems by just saying that we want to put this into the budget for healthcare, we want to put this into the budget for infrastructure. So I'm listening to this I'm listening to this audiobook called The Deficit Myth that explains how we could do this. And this woman was actually on finance committees and everything in the Senate. And she was amazed at how the politicians that are there don't even understand how the monetary system of the country works. Because a lot of them are podunk morons that used to run their own little small businesses, and they come in the government and they don't understand it because they understand it from their level of business. Like, I had to get a loan, I have to go make money. If I don't make the money, I go bankrupt. And the United States can just wave the magic wand and money appears, which it always does. I mean, Wall Street wants $1 trillion. Wall Street gets $1 trillion.
I mean, the industrial military complex. They
The
get
military
billions.
industrial complex has complete control of the purse. They just make the money appear out of nowhere, and that's how it works. And we can do the same thing for everything else. It's just the political will. It's easy to say, we need more money to blow things up and defend the country because everybody in the world is trying to kill us. Not anymore. Everybody's more like, you stay the fuck over there, and
They're like, you
stay the fuck over there.
You plaguelings.
You plagueling bastards. Don't you come anywhere near us
Don't
in the
you come near
military
us.
and shit. But so that's what the atheist is listening to because I like
Why
things.
not?
Because I've been listening to a lot of Joseph Campbell. It's been a lot of interesting stuff I've been listening to with him, but it does get redundant because him and I think the same way and understand that there is a humanity itself. I'm going to get philosophical for a minute. Humanity itself requires some kind of mythology to explain the unknown that they don't understand. We don't understand. There's things that we don't understand yet, so we come up with a mythology, some way to explain it away, and it's a decreasing sphere of what we don't know, but we always come up with a way, and we have these little mythologies. So I've gone as far as I want to go for the moment with Joseph Campbell, so I decided to listen about I want to learn more about the monetary system and that. So that's where I'm going with the audiobooks at the moment for the atheist, which is yay. But we're getting to that time of the year when this podcast comes out. That is the spooky time of the year.
Yay!
Which it's very funny because it's funny to go into some businesses that these big businesses like Home Depots and stuff that are obviously a little overtly Christian, and they don't like holidays like this pagan holiday, which is the Day of the Dead and everything.
I've noticed that in Costco. It's like they go right to Christmas.
Yeah, it's Christmas,
Yeah.
which relies heavily on all kinds of pagan mythology and symbolism. But this little holiday here coming up, Halloween, when the veil between the dead and the living, it becomes very, was it shallow or something? It's the veil between the dead and the living.
Oh yeah, no. Samhain,
Samhain.
is supposedly one of the nights where the veil between the living and the dead is incredibly thin. So you honor your dead, you have a feast, you thank the world for your bounty, and you thank your loved ones that have passed over. And you think of them and you honor them and you invite them. You set a place for at your dinner. You give them a chair, you give them a plate, you give them food. And you honor your dead. You feed them, you talk to them, and you wish them well when the night is over.
When the night was finished.
Yeah.
So so that's the holiday. It's coming up. French Christine's holiday.
Yeah.
And
normally I bake a Irish soda bread, and I leave it out as an offering. That's usually my thing. I soda bread it. And then at our old house, forget it. We would have billions of trick-or-treaters. I mean, we would go through like 10 bags of candy.
yes.
And then we'd be running for more. Oh my god, I think they're coming back.
Yeah, we want to shut that door so we don't have a crazy barking bean while we're trying to podcast here.
Yeah, we're beaning.
So this week I did notice that we did get a comment from the Peanut Gallery on our Atheist and Witch podcast Instagram.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we got a
Let me go wrangle the dog.
stop. I can't tell you. I don't want to have a dog.
I didn't know we had a comment.
That's why I was bringing it up. And I didn't want to be having a hard deal with it.
You got bean blocked. No beanie. No beanie. No beanie. No beanie. No. She's like, what? What? You coming over here, Beanie? You got Beanie blocked. Say hi, Bean. Hi, Beanie. She's like, I hate you. All right.
Okay, so yes, we got a comment this week on Instagram. We don't get many comments.
Man.
We get a lot of likes. We get a lot of like, this is cool. But then occasionally we get the comment that I have to delete because it's just annoying.
Oh God.
But yeah, it was somebody was commenting about Jesus and is the Lord and this and that and the other thing, and I looked at it and I was like, okay, and delete. And I went to their little Instagram page and I took a quick look at it, and it was all like a bunch of Jesus is Lord.
And did you write All Hail Baphomet?
Well, I was like, gee, first of all, I'm looking at it, and my first thought is, well, first of all, Jesus is not the only Lord. There's several Lords. There's all kinds of Lords. Which Lord are we talking about? We have Lords of ancient Greece. We have Lords in ancient Rome. We have gods and lords that go back thousands of years.
Jesus. I mean, he was an okay kind of guy.
But they use it as like you're gonna burn rot in hell because you're like all I do is I see atheist and witch and their minds get like they turn to mush and.
That's the thing I don't like. Like when they do see that, they do use it as an excuse to be very nasty and hurtful, and they wish horrible things on people. And I'm like,
really weird.
Where was Jesus doing this? I don't see him doing that.
They take certain interpretations from certain verses in the Bible that was written by people hundreds of years after Jesus or thousands of years after Jesus was supposedly around doing his thing, and then they say that that's the reason why I do these things, and it's like, oh, okay. But they wrote a comment, and I looked at it, and I was like, I'm not. Like as I've said before in our podcast, as I go along, we do not respond to these comments. We delete them, and that's fine. If you want to believe that stuff, that's right ahead. But you are going to be fodder for our podcast to explain to people why we do this, which is we're tired of people like that coming on. Like you were gonna post something like that, and then I could be go right back and start posting about here's all the articles where the church is paying all this money
and they're fucking all the kids.
Well, they're paying money to lawsuits because they got caught.
Fucking little kids.
Yeah. So.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
Yes, and of course I go, well, those aren't true Christians. I'm like, well, they're identifying as Christians, and they're priests and stuff. So it's I want to bring up real quick, since we're talking about like the nonsense of people who identify as that, but then they don't follow it. This apparently big Christian groups, that kid who went out and killed two or three people and blew another person's arm off in Wisconsin. He's actually got some kind of defense fund or thing going on. It's being put out there by some Christian groups, and they're like, "Well,
you support this psycho?"
Oh, they're okay. The other Christians are like, "Well, that's not good Christians. Those are bad Christians. They don't represent true Christians." I'm like, guys, guys, can we?
It's time to defect.
It's time to be done. They're saying they are Christians and they have their reasons.
What about the ones that would go and shoot the doctors in the abortion clinics?
Oh,
those are supposedly good Christians too.
They're all good Christians. I'm like, you're killing people. That's what top 10.
God says we can. They've been killing people from the dawn of time. They burned people like me at the fucking stake. They burned women for no other reason other than the fact that they were women.
Oh, they still do that, so.
Yeah, and they still do that. They rape little children.
This is my feet squeaking.
Oh my god, I'm like, what now? What is going on in this house?
But, yes, so I'm just always blown away by any Christian anywhere that goes on about something about you are doing something wrong, simply by the fact that you identify yourself. I don't identify as an atheist, I am an atheist. I don't believe in any gods.
Well, I believe in my stuff.
You believe in your stuff. You're not an atheist.
No, I'm not.
You're not an atheist.
No.
I am an atheist.
And I'm not agnostic either.
No.
No, because that's cop-out.
Total cop-out. Well, if something brought evidence... Well, yes, if something brought evidence to me, I would still be... You know what? You wouldn't be able to say, well, that's a god right there. I'd be like, no. Mm-mm. That's just some kind of being that has greater knowledge of some scientific facts than I do. They know more than I do. That's it.
So I'm a god.
You're a goddess.
I'm a goddess.
But that's all a god would be to me. It would just be something with a higher level of knowledge than I got.
That doesn't mean anything because I don't... Alright, I have a bachelor's degree in biology. I worked as a chemist for many years in pharmaceuticals. But he, on the other hand, totally understands politics, totally understands the whole, like, I don't even know what you would call it, financial...
I understand finance. I understand how the financial system works.
Way better than me,
yes.
Because to me it's very...
it's Greek, and it is Greek. Let me tell you.
It's not even Greek, it's almost like... I can't grasp it because it's not real. There's nothing tangible there. I can't see it.
100%.
It's kind of like organic chemistry. It's very atomic. You can't see it. You only can figure out where things are because of other things popping up. So it's very, to me, money's atomic. It's like organic chemistry. You can't.
That's exactly correct. Money is not a real thing.
So when it comes to, I mean, we're on our third home. And when it comes to mortgages and refinances and fiddling money around, he's the man. I'm just like, where do I sign? So, but yet when it comes to me keeping things alive, as opposed to him, I'm the one you come to if you want to live.
Come with me if you want to live.
Ask him about that.
Yes, he saved my life. We'll talk about that on the podcast. So I was just talking. We got into this because of somebody leaving a comment. So please do leave comments. Whether if you leave positive comments, we appreciate that. And if you say something, we should really shout out the people who say things nice. I gotta remember to do that.
Yeah,
down.
Totally. We do read them. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the positivity that we have gotten.
Yes.
Thank you for the Patreon supporters. Because without you, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. And we love you all. We totally do.
We love you all.
Yes.
So as we're winding, I guess, down the podcast here, I want to remind everybody that the reason we started doing all this because first of all, I thought it was a really funny, cool idea.
Yeah.
And second of all, we were doing the pinup magazine, and now we're doing our own little crazy, eclectic Atheist and Witch magazine that also has pinups and stuff in it.
Oh my God, it's coming out so good.
Yes, we're getting down.
I can't wait for everybody to see it.
You'll see some behind-the-scenes shots real quick in the next couple of weeks of us working on it and hanging out and doing stuff on it on our Instagram.
Yeah.
So I want to give a heads up to all of our social media stuff, our shout-outs to the magazine and all that. But before I sign off, is there anything? We are still looking. Actually, now we're not even looking for anything at the moment because we've sort of filled this issue up.
Yep.
So we're good to go on this issue. But we are going to start putting out stuff and getting things ready for the winter issue. The
Yule, people! It's
Yule.
so much. It's Yule Pokey.
Yule. So we're really looking for contributions, submissions to the Yule issue that will be out.
Oh my goodness.
In late November.
I'm so excited.
Or the first week of December.
Yeah.
So right before the holiday. Usually I bring that out on the winter solstice, which is December 21st, but I'm going to try to get it out a week or two early so people can get the magazine before then. So we're going to start pushing that promotion.
So that way you have it for Christmas.
Yeah, you have it for Christmas.
Or Yule.
Yule. The long, or as I call it, the long dark.
Yeah, Britt's all about the long dark.
The long dark.
Yep.
Because that's what all that stuff. I'll get heavily into this when we get near to that holiday.
Oh, you know what? And I have a really, really, really good book, and it's all about
Oh yeah, it has all the stories.
Yeah, the very old, scary ghost Christmas stories.
Yes.
Yay! I can't wait.
As the atheist who has no belief in God, the reason that we have all this going on at that time of year is because everything dropped dead in the winter. Everything got really dark, and because that was the longest night of the winter in the northern hemisphere, which is where a lot of civilization.
Yeah.
It was the long dark, so I call it the long dark.
There's like dog and cat relations going on out there. It's yeah. There's a lot of stuff happening.
All right. So with all that being said, it's time to do our little rundown here at the end. Again, I want to remind everybody that the first issue of Atheist and Witch magazine will be out on the first week of September. We put a notice out to everybody. It was either in it, and you'll be seeing it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those pages that we have. So, but we are now working also on the winter issue. Send us stuff for that. It has to be atheist or witch themed. So we want it to be alternative, weird, kind of crazy stuff. So that means we want the gothic, witchy, steampunk, alternative, fairies, mermaids, pagan, vampire, post-apocalyptic, cyberpunk stuff you can throw at us, whether it's pictures, writings, art, pinups, whatever, give it to us. Advertising. We have, so far we have 2 advertisers, and that's both us, in the magazine. We're not afraid to accept money from you people, so we put it all back into the endeavors that we are up to. So if you want to send us something, whether it's support here at the Anchor podcast, we can get support there. If you want to send us a couple of simoleons or support us at our Patreon, which I'll go into in a second, or go to our stores, which I'll also go to in a second. It all supports us here.
The store's really good. You got a lot of really cool stuff up there.
Yep.
I love the shirts.
So if you don't think like mainstream society tells you to, then we want to hear from you for the magazine. Okay, so we are on Twitter at Atheist and Witch. We are on Instagram at The Atheist and The Witch. We are on Facebook at The Atheist and The Witch. YouTube, our YouTube channel is youtube.theatheistandthewitch.com. Our main podcast platform is Anchor, anchor.fm/atheist-and-witch. You can also search for us on other podcasts like Spotify and Apple. We're on there to search for The Atheist and The Witch. We have a Patreon site for The Atheist and The Witch. Patreon.com/The Atheist and The Witch. We have different levels of support for all of our works. $2 Patreon tier gets you a podcast shout out and a card pull. $5 gets you a shout out, card pull, and our fantastic Atheist and Witch sticker to stick on something. And then $7.50 gets you a shout out, card pull, sticker, one of our little pins that we now have.
Oh my god, our pins! I love our pins.
Atheist and Witch pins, as above, so below.
Yay!
But you also get to see,
gotta do this though.
as above, so below. Baphomet. And you get to see our behind the scene videos of what goes on here while we're recording this podcast at the Cottage Conundrum. As I said before, if you really like us and you want to support us and you don't want to do stuff with Patreon, you can go to our Zazzle stores. We have shirts, mugs, hats, and other merchandise for fans of The Atheist and The Witch. That's located at store.theatheistandthewitch.com. The Witch has artwork and whatnot on her own little store. Her pen and ink art is at thewitchstore.theatheistandthewitch.com. We also have, Christine also does wild pinup stuff with the Wild Witch. She's on Twitter at _wild_witch, on Instagram at Wild Witch Lady, Facebook The Wild Witch Lady, and you can support the Wild Witch, which she's getting some support, that's for sure there.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Patreon.com/The Wild Witch.
Yes.
She's not afraid to be wild. So, I think we're getting close. This is a long podcast. We rambled on quite a bit.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on. A lot of animal drama this week. A lot of craziness stuff. I do have. I want to end it with a courage incantation.
Oh, okay. Go for it, and then we'll wrap it up after you go, and I'll go, and then we'll give it the full wrap up.
So this is best done with some sort of candle. I mean, usually a white candle is just fine because you gotta remember in the really, really old days, they didn't have coloring. So candles were usually like either honey colored or white colored or whatever they had. So, get yourself a candle. Alright, and just say this. Burning flame, cooling wind, I summon courage from within. I call on all my strength and love. Send me power from above. And there you go.
Alright, and as the atheist, something very simple, very basic I want to throw out to you this week is this. Be cool. But, if you can't be cool, just be sure not to be a dick. I think we can all live by those little terms right there.
Totally.
So, thank everybody for listening to us, whoever's listening to us out there in podcast land. As always, thank you for supporting us in our small attempt to entertain and promote those that society deems different.
Yeah, and I'm glad you don't mind listening to my animal drama, because I know there's a lot of animal people out there, and you can relate. You know this crazy crap that goes on, and when you got if you go beyond more than 3 animals, they totally outnumber you. You're screwed.
Which I think brings us to this. Because this is what people would call you. They call us weird, they call us odd. They don't get it, we don't care. Where reason meets magic, we are the Atheist and
The Witch.
Good night.
Good night. And the bean. You are the bean of the beaniest. And only the bean of the beaniest can be the bean. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love you. And here comes your friend. What's your friend doing? What's your friend doing? I saw what she was doing. She was loving on you. Yes, she was. My little Mooney. My little
Mooney.
Mooney. Mooney. Come on, Mooney. Come on. She's like, I would come up there, but that little snot-nosed chihuahua would not. I mean, totally. Oh man, they were falling out, huh?
Yeah,
I'm totally. Oh my god, I'm totally horned out. I'm totally horned. Mooney. You guys are chewing like you got fleas. What is that? What is that in your head? What the hell was that? Come here. Oh boy. Oh my god, what is that? Come back here. Moony, 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 Moony. Come here, Moon. Psst, psst, psst. Come here. What have you got? I felt it.
All right.
Are we
Good
done?
night. Good night, everybody.
We're done?
I'm done.
We're done.
Done for this podcast. That was a long one, man.
How long were we?
It's like almost an hour.
It was good though. You think it was good?
Yeah, we were talking. Oh my goodness. Hold on.